Gardner with Gardner Counseling Services. So let me tell you how this book is set up. It's set up in separate sections. It's important to lay out a foundation of knowledge and education first before applying the skills and strategies. So it's important to know what you're facing, then develop healing strategies. We need to start to identify and build your sense of self, but we've got to know what we're dealing with. Chapter 2 will help you learn about why you keep getting hooked in these situations. It's like, over here I end up with the narcissist, over here I end up with the trauma bond, over here I end up with the narcissist, and it's like I'm in this same situation over and over again. It could be at work, it can be at home, it could be when you're with friends, it could be with family. It's following you, so wherever you are, there you are. So it's important to gain an understanding on the impact that trauma has had on your life today. How is that showing up today? Why are you forming these trauma bonds? That's chapter 2. Chapter 3, we will explore the impact that narcissism has had on you personally. In other words, how do you show up in the world, and why do you get close to people that hurt you? If you're taking this program or reading this book, you're more likely have this pattern of drawing these types of people in your life, and you have a lot more to do with this than you might think. Chapter 4 will show you how the behaviors of the narcissist is very predictable. Their behaviors are predictable, believe it or not. You don't have to be surprised. Oh my God, I can't believe they said this. I can't believe they did this. It is predictable. And if you can predict what the person is going to do in advance, you can, number 1, not get caught off guard, and you can, number 2, already have a strategy in place to prevent you from getting sucked in one more time. In chapter 5, I'm going to teach you about specific actions that you can take, preventative actions, to avoid further abuse. We call it damage control. You know, if you have water leaking out of a bucket, you need to plug it. You need to plug it in first, you know, before we feel like we're going to fill it up some more. So we want to prevent further damage at this point. Chapter 6, I'm going to recap some of the strategies, some of the preventative strategies. But what I'm going to do is provide something that you might not see on many of some of these videos that on the online, or some of this information that you're gathering online. I'm going to provide you some specific actions. I'm going to let you know how to respond to text. If this person says this, what's the best way to respond? If that person says that, what strategy applies? If this person actually didn't do this over here, how should I respond to that? So I'm going to give you some very, very practical information on how to respond. How do we deal with text messaging? How do we deal with the person in person? How do we deal with this narcissist at work? Specific behaviors, specific actions that you could begin using right away. And in chapter 7, I'm going to provide some information to assist you as you go to a therapist. Because if you're struggling with narcissistic abuse and you've been going through this for a while, and you're listening to this video and you meet criteria for all the trauma experience either before you met this person or during, because if you had not experienced trauma before you were in a relationship with a narcissist, you've been traumatized now. So you need help. You might need professional help. So if you do decide to go to a therapist, I have information that might be able to help you in identifying a therapist, and even information that you can bring up during a therapist session using their language. So there you have it. Once again, I welcome you to this program, and I look forward to giving you a tool that will help you on this phase of your healing process. I'm Dee Gardner with Gardner Counseling Services.